Ça y est. Are we live?
Looks like it.
Just gonna check on my phone to see if it's actually working or not.
Non, il faut que tu ailles sur tes abonnements.
Oui, mais je suis sur notre chaîne du coup.
T'es pas abonné à nous?
Bah non, mais je suis sur notre chaîne. En direct.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
We thought we'd try going live today.
So that we don't have any editing to do.
We wanted to catch up with everyone. The last couple of weekends have been a little bit busy, and we had planned to do a live cast on for the Baseline Advent KAL, but we didn't know we had to set up something on YouTube, and so we couldn't. The Instagram live just didn't feel the same, so we didn't really do it. So we thought now is the time. We have a couple hours before we have to do our usual weekend stuff. So we thought, okay, let's do this. So I don't know if anyone is watching, but that is fine. Hello from Paris. It is December, is it 10th?
10th, yes.
And it's very gray, very rainy, and it has just been the best weather to just snuggle up at home and stay cozy and nap and knit.
That's what we did yesterday instead of doing our Christmas shopping, which we wanted to do. I think we still got a few things, so that's not too bad, but yesterday I was very tired in the afternoon, and so we stayed home and watched the Lord of the Rings, which is one of our favorites. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also got our haircut, and mine is very, very short at the moment.
And there hasn't been very much Christmas shopping happening around here.
Yeah, and zero Christmas knitting. That's what.
Yes, and zero Christmas knitting. I just feel like December always arrives really fast and goes by really fast. It's not the same. For us, the last few years, we've lost a couple of important people to us in our family, and so having Christmas when you're missing key people in your life becomes a little bit more difficult. It's a bit less festive than it used to be, and so we just try to.
There's not as many of us, so
we just do the best we can.
We do the best we can. We try to keep it festive, but low-key.
Low-key.
Which is something I aspired to before when we had big Christmases with lots of people. I actually aspired to having an easygoing Christmas and relaxed Christmas where we don't cook all day. I still like to cook nice things for Christmas, but not the traditional
it's more
Christmas
about
lunch.
Making sure we don't put too much pressure on ourselves, and that way we can enjoy it as much as possible. So we always make sure we get nice presents for each other and
for our family.
Yes. I've definitely purchased your present and you've purchased mine. So this is done. We know we get one good present. And we just have a few more things to buy. This year I'm kind of looking forward to it as well, because we are going to England between Christmas and New Year's to visit our lovely family, our wonderful cousins and their kids, and it's gonna feel nice to visit our family over the Christmas break.
And visit our cousins because they lost their father this year. So that's why it felt very important that we go visit them and have a festive time and help them get through the holiday season, which can be very hard.
Especially the first Christmas and New Year without
our uncle.
Our uncle, yeah.
So yeah, very much looking forward to having a few days off and going over to England if the trains are running, because our dad is there at the moment and he's had a lot of train troubles. So I think he's definitely on his way back, but he had to change his tickets and stuff. So that's,
So let's get to some knitting.
Yes.
Hello from South Africa. Awesome. Hi, Anita.
Hi, thanks for tuning in.
Nice to meet you.
So yeah, we might jump into the knitting.
Let's chit chat, more knitting chat.
Yeah.
So let's start with what we're wearing. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing, I think, probably the best knitwear I've ever knit in all of my knitting life.
I think this deserves a stand up.
Yes. So it's the Wool and Honey by Andrea Mowry that I knit a few years ago now, and I did the very long ribbing, which I love and want to do on other sweaters because I think it just makes
the color looks
weird.
Here the color looks better.
A golden yellow that I got a long time ago at Edinburgh Yarn Festival from, was it Eden Cottage Yarns?
Eden Cottage Yarns, yeah. Oh,
here's the cat.
Cat Meo. Hello, Basile.
What's going on?
It's not an episode of the Knitting Twinnings without a cat mayo by Basile.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eden Cottage Yarns.
Yes. I think it's BFL.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's BFL, which makes it nice and very enduring, I think.
Yeah. It's really warm, even though it's light, because it's a fingering weight. Yeah,
I have to say, I think it's one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
When you find the right yarn, the right pattern, the right size, the right fit. It doesn't happen with most of my knits, but this one definitely, I think all the stars aligned and I had the perfect sweater, I have to say.
Yeah, it is the perfect sweater. It looks so good.
Yeah.
I am also wearing an Andrea Mowry sweater. It is probably my favorite pattern ever. It's the So Faded by Andrea Mowry. I did a non-fadey version just because I love the shape and this pattern so much. It's a very simple raglan sweater. But
it works very well. Yeah. I've knit, I think I've knit three or four So Faded sweaters.
And this one I had a really pretty sweater quantity of Merino Sport by La Bien Aimee in Bleu Royal. There was this beautiful batch that came out of the dye studio. I don't know if you can see. It has such beautiful hot pink undertones. And I had to grab it. And
is it a happy accident or
no? It was just
the regular color.
It's the regular color, but this one came out especially pretty, so I definitely had to grab it, and that was a while ago. So I don't know when I knit it, a few years ago, but I absolutely love it. I knit it pretty cropped, and I did a split hem. And it has just a little bit of ease, and I love the construction of this sweater, and it's definitely my go-to. Like if I have a nice sweater quantity and I'm not sure what pattern to make, I'm gonna make a So Faded. That's just my favorite. Although now I think Lento is also my favorite pattern. It just depends. This is just a sport weight. You can do it also in fingering. I'm pretty sure if I had like a fingering and a mohair sweater quantity, I would totally adapt this one. Like I'd go up a couple needle sizes and make like one
or two sizes
one
down,
size smaller. So anyway, we're both wearing our Andrea Mowry sweaters today.
We are still planning on making a special Andrea Mowry episode, but I think Julia has some knits at work, and I have my satellite shawl, which is at work at the moment, and it stays there because it's quite cold in Paris at the moment. And I definitely need a very big shawl, and all my colleagues are jealous of my shawl. And I get tons of compliments when I wear it, so so we have to bring them back home, and maybe during the holidays we'll do our special Andrea Mowry episode.
Yeah, we're definitely still planning to do it. It's just we don't have too much time. We really wanted to focus on our KAL that's happening right now, and also catch up on a couple of our whips with you guys from Korea. Oh, hi, Carol.
Hi. Yeah, so we decided to have a knit along for the baseline cardigan by Sosuknits, Susanne Sommer, who's an Austrian designer who we love, and we met her a long time ago, I think, at the first Edinburgh Yarn Festival when
was
we
it
went.
in 2017?
2017 probably. Was it the first Edinburgh Yarn Festival or the second? We went there, but it wasn't the first time that it happened.
I think it must have been the second.
Yeah.
And we really fell in love with the baseline cardigan, which is one of Suzanne's, how do you say? It's knit from side to side.
Yes.
Sideways
construction.
Sideways construction. We really fell in love with it. A couple people said they were excited to knit it along with us. So we thought, okay, awesome. For me, KALs and test knits are always difficult because as soon as I have to knit something, I lose all motivation to knit it. It's like it's an automatic reaction. There's a deadline or there's I don't know, like
contrainte.
An obligation, and then my motivation goes out the door. And also I ran out of time on getting the yarn that I wanted because I had a couple of sick days a couple of weeks ago and stuff, so I didn't go to work and didn't get my yarn. And anyway, Emily,
because Julia works at La Bien Aimee, if anyone is tuning in that for the first time and hasn't been following us. Julia works at La Bien Aimee yarn company
based in Paris, and so I definitely wanted to use Corrie Confetti because I'm in love with this yarn, and I ran out of time. And also I have a couple of whips that are very much almost finished, and so I've been really wanting to get those done. For me, usually the end of the year is a time when I want to finish a few whips instead of cast things on. I usually reward myself with a Christmas cast on, so let's talk about our baselines and then we can talk about the rest of our whips.
So Susanne Sommer, I think, knit at least 3 samples that she has shown in her pattern and on her Instagram. One of them I fell in love with and wanted to knit exactly the same. So it's this one.
No, well, anyway, you can't really film a screen on a screen.
No, sorry.
Anyway, so Emily loves the V-neck version in the Corrie Confetti in the light pink color, which is called the Aimee Speech sweater. And Emily had a sweater quantity of that yarn already ready.
I think I bought like 7 skeins of Aimee Speech sweater because I really love it. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Carol is saying this is my first experience with a Susanne Sommer pattern, and I'm totally blown away by the level of details in the pattern, lots of hand holding.
Yeah.
That's definitely why we felt comfortable doing a knit along, because we know we've knit a few of her designs already, and we know what an incredible knitting designer she is. And this pattern does not disappoint. It has all the modifications, all the options, all the sizing and everything. It is just incredible. So it's really like we did all of our planning beforehand and choosing our size. And I know that I'm doing so Emily is doing the V-neck. I'm doing the round neck, which is the in-between, because she also has a crew neck that is pretty high. She has also single color version. She has a striped version, and she has a color blocked version. I just think this pattern is just so incredibly versatile.
Very versatile. That's what I was going to say. And also you can choose the length you want. Of course, you can choose your size, but you can choose different lengths. And whether you like a cropped cardigan or whether you like a longer one. And I usually like longer cardigan or sweater,
and I like more cropped personally.
So I'm doing, I think, the size 5 because I was a bit not on gauge. So I'm knitting it in 4mm needles instead of 4.5.
Oh yeah, I didn't check my gauge. I left my swatch at work.
So instead of doing size 4, I'm doing size 5, and I'm doing the length D, and there are 8 different lengths. So because you're knitting it sideways, you can't just...
You have to decide first which length you're gonna knit, because you're not knitting it from top down. You're knitting it from this way. So you have to cast on a certain number of stitches. I know that I decided on size 4.5 and length B, but I didn't check that my gauge was right or not. I definitely like knitting Corrie on 4mm, although the confetti does make it a little bit thicker, so I might just follow her gauge.
Yeah, and it's garter stitch and not stockinette, so it's a bit different, I think. And I really like the result of the fabric I'm getting with the 4mm. It's not dense, but it's not too loose either, which is fine.
But that's also because you're a loose. I'm
a pretty loose knitter. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you have cast on.
I have cast on. I have knit the first 2 sections for the moment, which is not a lot, but it's still not too bad for me because I don't have a lot of knitting time at the moment. I've started with because you knit it in parts at the beginning and then you join them. So I've knit 2 different parts. This one is a part of the back and this one is a part of the front. I think it might go. I think I'm gonna have to join them in a way on the next section. So for the moment, I think this is the right
front,
and then this part
in the back like this.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to join them
in the middle.
Yeah, soon.
Yay!
So I'm really happy, and it's easy. I think I really like a construction that is in different sections because you can
it feels like you're getting progress done. No,
good progress, because you need like 2 or 3 days to knit one section because it's only like, I don't know, 25 or 30 rows or something. So you still get the feeling that you're making good progress. I know
even though your rows are not super long, and so
so that's pretty satisfying, I think.
So I did not cast on because I have a sweater that is extremely close to being finished. And so I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel good about casting on something when I am on the bottom ribbing like of the body and I have my sleeves already done. Like, so anyway, I have not cast on, but I have gotten my yarn and I have decided to use La Bien Aimee Corrie Confetti in Greybow and Ochre. So for me, that's pretty much not on brand because I'm a
Pink.
I mean, I'm wearing a blue sweater here, but really I only knit pink usually. But I love this yarn so much. It has been such an incredible thing working on the Corrie Confetti. It's been such an incredible project because at La Bien Aimée we use that yarn. I mean, we made this yarn in order to recycle some of the waste that we produce at our dye studio. Some of the happy accidents go in there, or the little ties that we cut from the yarn go in there, just like all the extra stuff. We've been collecting it for a really long time, and so everything goes into the Corrie Confetti, and then one of the mills that we work with apparently spinning a yarn, making yarn, produces also a lot of waste. Oh, Carol says that she cast on this morning. Oh, you didn't swatch. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I'm not sure I'm gonna really swatch for this because I know I've already knit with Corrie Confetti, so I kind of know for me 4.5 millimeters is a pretty good match for the needle size, and I'm usually pretty good on gauge because I'm a pretty average knitter, I would say. A little bit tight, but you know. So anyway, I don't think I'm gonna swatch either. I think I'm gonna.
I never swatch. I have to say, I never swatch. With the designers I know, like Stephen West or Andrea Mowry. It's just that I thought I might have a bit of a loose gauge if I used the 4.5 millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I did a swatch, also because I wanted to pretend that I'm a serious knitter. But it's an anomaly.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Corrie Confetti. So the working with different mills, they said there's quite a lot of waste that comes with spinning a yarn. So they also wanted to reuse some of the fiber that is wasted during the spinning process. And so pretty much all of this, not all of this, because there's still some dyed Corrie Dale in there. But it's just a great initiative. It's been a really great project. It's been a super popular yarn, which I understand why. It just has all these bits of yarn in there. And these, every time I see one of these confetti bits, I know exactly like which color it is. And this is Hella, for example, and this is Sophie, and I recognize the colors. This is my favorite color. This is Sari. I mean, so anyway, and I wanted to knit a sweater in Greybow because I only have a shawl in Greybow for now, and so I really wanted a sweater, and I think this Ochre number 3 came out so pretty. I love.
Oh, one of our viewers is saying, I only swatch if it is a fitted pattern.
Yeah, otherwise you have that little margin of error in there. Yeah, so anyway, I love this Ochre number 3. It is so golden, such a pretty golden yellow color, and it has lots of pink confettis in there. I'm in love. So I'm gonna do a stripy version where Greybow is my main color and Ochre is my contrast color. So I have already wound my first skeins, and I am ready to cast on as soon as my Mon Manet is done. So this should be really soon, really soon. I can't wait.
Where are you on your Mon Manet then?
So, oops. My Mon Manet is definitely almost ready. I have my sleeves. I have my collar. I have my front ribbing done. I did a tubular bind off as well. So for this one, I'm doing a split hem, which I am on the back portion of the ribbing. And because I have quite a lot of yarn left, I think I'm gonna do the back ribbing longer than the front to make like a high-low hem. So I just have, I think this much to add, and then it is done. So because I made sure I knit the sleeves 2 at a time before I finish the body. Yeah, so I am very, very, very close to being done. And this is getting finished before I cast on anything else because I want the sweater so badly. So this is Mon Manet by Jonna Hietala, and I am knitting it in Merino Aran by La Bien Aimee. It's a super pretty happy accident color that came out of the dye studio, I think 2 years ago. It was a misdose, I think, of Lise maybe, and it came out a little bit purple between Lise and Madeleine, and I just fell in love with it, and so I snagged the whole thing. Yeah, I love it. I think an Aran sweater for winter is gonna be perfect, and that's gonna be my Christmas season sweater. So very, very, very close. And that's why I had all the motivation to finish this one before casting on the baseline for our KAL. And I'm already super happy with it. It fits great. And I know that the Aran is gonna grow a bit with blocking because it's a little bit of a...
Hi from Michigan. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Yes, the Merino Aran is a little bit of a heavier yarn, and because it's all superwash, it's gonna grow a little bit, which I am counting on, because I want this to be kind of like a nice oversized snuggly sweater. I've already knitted longer than I knit most of my sweaters, just because a lot of my sweaters are pretty short, and so I can't wear them with I don't wear them with pretty fitted jeans. I have like skinny jeans, and so I thought this one is gonna look great and be very easy to wear with everything. So anyway, that's my sweater that I'm knitting. Do you have a sweater on the needles as well?
Yes, I do, and I thought, not like you, but I thought I would put it aside because I'm starting the baseline, but I'm pretty close to being done with the body of the Marley pullover that I've been knitting. I'm on the bottom ribbing, but I haven't done the sleeves. So I'm on the bottom ribbing, but it's 1 by 1 twisted rib, so it takes a very, very long time.
So this pattern is called the Marley Pullover by Sasha Heyer, who is Verona Knits on Instagram.
And
Emily is knitting it in La Bien Aimee Helix.
Yes, in a peach sweater.
And this is Merino Boucle in peach sweater as well.
Yeah.
And the contrast
is Felix in Fluoro Marguerite.
Oui. So pretty.
It's very pretty. And I wanted to have the same as Aimee's because Aimee from La Bien Aimee has one in almost the same colors. I think her main body is Sansa in
little bit lighter
Helix,
pink.
so it's a bit lighter, but it's mostly the same kind of colors. And I fell in love with her sweater, and I wanted the same. So I need to kind of get back to that ribbing, and then I'm gonna have to do the sleeves. So I might keep that for the holidays because I still have a bit of work to go on this sweater still. So I've made good progress. I kind of wanted to finish the body before I started the baseline, but I was very much looking forward to starting the baseline, so I thought.
It's
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
not like-
knitting.
yeah.
It's just knitting.
And also, I really wanted to finish my Mon Manet because I have already knit the sleeves.
Yeah.
So I was so close. Oh yeah, Carol is asking, is that intarsia in the round?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
I was scared of doing that because I've never done intarsia before. And I'm usually a kind of easy knits girl. I don't usually
Yeah, we
do...
like stockinette in a round
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I've done a bit of color work, but it has to be easy and not too complicated. I'm not the kind of knitter that likes a very big challenge. No, that's not for me. I like to relax when I knit, so I was a bit scared of doing that, but it's much easier than I thought. So, you know. The pattern is easy.
It's just the pattern is clear, I think. So for you, it was just a matter of following it. You did find that section pretty long.
Yeah.
But it does look great.
Yeah.
The result is really really cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At first I thought I might just do a color block version and not do the intarsia, but then, you know, you kind of need to learn new techniques when they're not too complicated, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I also have another whip, which is my... I've shown this thing, I think, every episode. But it's my tram knitting, and...
You've done good progress.
Yes, I've made tons and tons of progress. I cast this on to go to Barcelona Knits. It's my bandana, but I call this my banda shawl because I'm doing a big version of le bandana. I'm just following the basic recipe of le bandana by Aimee, but I am doing 3 strands of yarn. It's 2 strands of Alix and 1 strand of little Kumo. So it's 3 strands of lace weight, and I'm using a 5mm needle. So it's making it a really cool size. And it's pretty, it's a bit thicker. It's so incredibly soft. I need a sweater in Alix and Kumo like now, because Alix is one of our new yarns. It's a lace weight like Elix and Felix, but it's made with alpaca, and it is just the softest yarn. And we also released Little Kumo, which is a thinner version of Kumo. Oh, and so this is alpaca on alpaca. I just love the whole thing, and because, you know, we dyed it in my favorite color, Sari, I had to grab. So I only have 1 skein of each, because le bandana doesn't use so much yarn. I've used quite a lot though, but I still have all of this Alix. I'm doing just from the center and from the outside. And I also have quite a lot of little Kumo. So I think I should have enough yarn to finish. I'm more than halfway through the second part, and I'm really reaching the place where my rows are really short, so it's getting much faster. So yeah, I think that's gonna be like my really cool little shawl to wear. It's gonna grow as well, and it's bigger than
the regular
bandana, so I'm gonna be able to, you know, wear it as like a small shawl. And it's really soft. Oh my gosh, I'm just in love. So anyway, this has been really fun. I've been knitting this for a little bit over a month. I brought it to Barcelona to have an easy knit there, and since since I came back to Paris, this is my public transport knitting or lunch break knitting. I just add a couple of rows in whenever I can. And yeah, so super fun. So yeah, my little bandage shawl is growing. I'm looking forward to finishing it because I have another another cast on in mind. I am in love with, so at La Bien Aimee we also have another new yarn which is Big Kumo. So I'm using little Kumo here and I am obsessed with the Big Kumo. It creates like the skeins. Oh, I haven't bought it yet, but I'll show it next time. The skeins are huge. They're bigger than my head, like because they're 100 grams. And it's an Aran weight, but it's super fluffy, so it could be like a bulky weight. It depends. You can knit it with different needle sizes. I'm just completely obsessed with it, and I've set aside a skein of Big Kumo in color As If, which is our neon pink, and I'm gonna make, there's a free pattern on Ravelry for a hat. It's called the Cloud Hat, and it's by Sarah Diamond of the Lemon Kit and Diamond Lane. She makes free patterns, which is awesome. And this is a super simple hat that just uses one skein. So I think that's gonna be my like train knitting for England when we go over Christmas. It's just a super simple hat. It has a really long ribbing so you can fold it over and still have a really big brim. And it just takes one skein of Big Kumo. So I can't wait to finish my little bandage shawl so that I can start my Big Kumo hat. Because that's going to be so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think I can wear Sari and As If together. Yeah, for sure. Pink and pink. That's my jam. So anyway, I'm almost done. Like literally I have this much to knit. Very excited. I think small accessories really are the way to go.
Yes.
For me.
For me too, because
more than socks at the moment. I'm not feeling like socks.
Yeah, I don't wear my socks a lot. I like knitting them, but I don't wear them a lot. I like to gift them, so I have a couple of friends who are very knit-worthy and who really love wearing hand-knit socks. So I gift them the socks that I knit. I really enjoy knitting, how do you say, the self-striping yarn. I have a ton of yarn, of self-striping yarn. My favorite is Nomadic Yarns, Ashley. I think she is so talented, and because she had an update this weekend, but the color I really wanted, which was I think Knitmas or something, or Knitmas Party, or Kitschmas, or don't know. But it was all gone, so I couldn't get it, but I almost ordered yesterday, and I have a few that are still.
You do have a lot of skeins of self-striping.
I do, and I really enjoy them, and I really enjoy knitting them, but I don't wear them really. So
that's bad.
Yeah, but at the moment, I've been like you knitting hats on the subway, and I think I showed the robin beanie that I made in the Wandering Flock, Amy's Peaches and Dreams.
I'm so obsessed with this one.
It is really nice. Really, really nice. I love it. I want to buy some more to make
singles and mohair?
Singles and mohair, yeah. And I really love it. And I started knitting another hat for subway knitting, and I've started doing another woolly waffle hat because I made one before this one. I don't know, in October or something. and I really love it.
So it's Woolly Waffle Hat by
Woolly Waffle
Stephen
Hat
West.
by Stephen West. I did.
Oh, on voit pas bien. Yeah.
So I did a provisional crochet cast on, which is very good. And so you need the textured outside all the way up, and then you pick up your stitches, and then you knit the inside in just plain stockinette. Yeah, I really like it, and I love the one that I made in October, so I wanted a second one. This one is in La Bien Aimee DK in the Flying Knitter, and I'm gonna do the inside in I think it's Gateway Purple, which I have. And I don't have it on me, but
it's a white with purple and black speckles.
Yes. So I think, yeah, it's a fun knit. It's easy to remember and easy to knit in the metro. And even if it's just a few stitches, then I still make good progress. I cast on, I think, 2 or 3 days ago. So not too bad. So that's my new cast on. And that's it. That's all I have for knitting.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Any new patterns you enjoyed? There's a new pattern I haven't showed you yet. With my colleagues, we've all been obsessed with it. Let's see. I definitely saved it in my Ravelry favorites. It's called Nola, and it is by, I think she's called Yamagara. I don't know about you guys. I use an app called Ravit. So this is the pattern I really love. No, it's not gonna. So it's a cardigan with a really cropped body and super wide sleeves with huge flowers. I think they must be in Tarja. And it is so fun. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the designer is called Yamagara, but it doesn't say on my app the name of the designer. Isn't it stupid? Anyway,
it's Nola, Nola.
Yeah. Nola by Yamagara. I don't think this is something I would knit or wear.
No.
But I love it. Love it. So I wanted, also, the new issue of Len magazine came out on Friday, and in it there is a new sweater by Veera Välimäki. I love her. She was my, I think she's the one who taught me everything about knitting. When I started knitting and it clicked, I think I spent 2 years knitting just Veera's patterns.
Because she had a blog, didn't she?
Yeah, she had a great blog.
And it was one of the first knitting blogs that we followed.
Yeah. So she has a new pattern. Oh, there you go. In the new issue of Len magazine, it's called Double Bubble. It's a very simple, oversized sweater with a deep V-neck, and she knitted in the Wandering Flock. And it's just, it's I think she used fingering and mohair. It's everything I love about a knitting pattern. Easy to wear, mohair, hand-dyed yarn with beautiful speckles. It would just be spectacular in Amy's Peaches and Dreams.
Yeah.
Which is how I imagine it. And I think it's gonna jump in my queue really soon. I'm definitely grabbing this issue of Len magazine because it has some incredible patterns in it, but I've definitely fallen in love with this new pattern by Veera Välimäki.
I think for me, I saw the new Jorge Locatelli cardigan in La Bien Aimee Aran.
Yeah. The ropes and twines.
The ropes and twines, which is incredible with big cables knit in I-cords.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it is stunning, really stunning. I'm not sure. It might be too busy for me to actually knit that. I don't know. But
you could also make it in like tonal.
Yeah. But I have a sweater quantity of La Bien Aimee Merino Aran.
In what color?
In the Magellanic Clouds, which I really, really love. And I've been holding it.
It's a dark gray.
Yeah, it's a dark gray with purple speckles. And I really, really love it.
Why don't you do that and do the I-cords in anemone? It would be so stunning. Because we've been doing, so my colleague Amanda knit lots of swatches for the ropes and twines because we could just imagine, you know, because Corrie did, so the body of the cardigan is in Merino Aran in dusk, and then she added the I-cords in Merino Decay, and she said that was just the perfect weight of yarn. Yes. It's super pretty, and
it
so
is
all the
stunning,
cables on the front and back are added afterwards, after you've finished knitting.
So look at that, the texture.
So you do textured all over the body, and you have these big cable panels on the shoulders and on the sleeves, but otherwise the cable detail is added afterwards. Yes, it's incredible. I don't find it too busy personally. I find it incredibly pretty, and because Corrie did the same color, it's like the cables are super textured. But
they really pop out.
Yeah, but they melt as well in the fabric. We've been playing with different colors of I-cords, and they really pop. Yeah.
The flowers are in intarsia about the Nola pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I think for me, I bought recently yarn to do the Elton cardigan by Corrie Locatelli, and I think that is probably going to be my next knit after the Baseline Advent KAL.
Oh my gosh, I need an Elton as well.
Yeah. I really, really want one. I never knit it.
I wear Aimee's all the time.
I know, and I really
amazing.
Yeah, I know. And when you wear them, I'm like, oh, I really need that.
Whether it's the cardigan or the pullover.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I really, really love it. So I bought sweater quantity in Emmeline, which is a dark
oh my
green.
Gosh, sorry. I just had a aha moment. I'm gonna do the Elton in Aimee's Speeches and Dreams.
Oh,
by the Wandering Flock.
Yeah.
The Danish Musings is doing Nola. Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, I'll definitely check her out. The Danish Musings. Thanks for saying. Yeah. Definitely gonna look.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the Elton, I'm sure. But I also kind of want to go back to Neons and Neutrals. Aimee's second book. I did the which one is the cardigan? The Brienne. Which I really like. By
Brienne Moody.
Yeah.
And it's also a sideways construction.
Yeah. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, you knit it pretty quick.
Yeah. Because Corrie, I don't know. I was very motivated, but I really, really want to try my hand at, what's the name of the one with all the small squares?
The Ferrule.
The Ferrule.
By Florence Sperling.
Yeah. So that I think, I'm very scared of doing all the intarsia. I'm going to try to bring up...
It is all knit flat, though. It's not like the intarsia in the round you've been doing for your Marley. But if you want, we can do a special episode next time about neons and neutrals, because I have a few of those projects cast on, and I have the book. And
you started the Darta, I think.
I started the Darta. I started the Punkt. So both of these I have on the needles. Did I start another sweater?
Or did you start one of the hats?
No, not yet.
No,
although
it's our friend Claire who did the striés.
Yeah, I definitely want to knit the two hats that are in there, which are stri and molig. Molig, I think I have on the yarn. So yeah.
I don't know. I think I might, set myself a challenge for next year of trying to knit the ferrule, because when La Bien Aimée, when you did the pop-up store in April with all the samples, for me the ferrule was by far my favorite, the most stunning. I love both of the samples that you have. There's one which is
so the first is the smaller one was the one that Florence knit.
Yeah, I really love this one. Yeah,
it was all in like neutrals, coppery tones, because she used dawn in mohair. And so it's kind of like this pink coral, and it gives the neutrals a like copper tone, which is stunning. And then Aimee did hers in all like yellows and pinks
with Heliodor, I think,
with
and
Heliodor
it is stunning as well. And I really couldn't choose. No. So I think this will be my challenge for next year.
Well, I think my challenge for next year is going to be, I definitely want to put, because I started my Darta and I have literally knit this, because it's a bottom up, it's a small gauge, and I don't know, it just hasn't kept me engaged, I guess. So for next year, I really want to knit at least the two projects that I have cast on. The Darta and the Punkt. The Punkt is so much fun. I think I did all of this. I did this amount already, and it is super fun. And then I also want to knit the hats. And for me, neons and neutrals, I could knit all of the patterns in it. I definitely want to knit Xiao Mai. I've been getting yarn slowly to knit the chunky stitch from the Xiao Mai by Leila Yang, and that's definitely in my plans for next year. For sure, I'm knitting Xiao Mai as well. So anyway, maybe next year, should we do like a year-long knit along for neons and neutrals?
You just said that you don't like to do knit alongs, and you don't. I
know, but it's fun.
Yeah, it is. We could. Yeah, we'll think about it. A year-long knit along about neons and neutrals. Not like knitting exclusively from it, but knitting at least one pattern from neons and neutrals next year. Yeah,
that would be fun. For me, it would be a matter of finishing the whips I've started and knitting.
When's your next pop-up? Because you're gonna do another pop-up this year.
Yes.
Confluence. Yeah, I really love Confluence.
Some of that, yes, for
maybe
sure.
Used for Lento. Yeah.
Confluence
is very nice. I really love it as well. It is an easy knit, I would say.
For sure. But it has some really cool details.
Yeah, and because you are
technically, it is simple.
Yeah, but because you are pairing mohair and singles or fingering that are not the same colors, the options are really interesting. Yeah. The interest in Confluence is mostly the yarn pairings.
Yeah, but the construction is actually interesting as well, because you do a round yoke, but it's like a hybrid between a round yoke, and it does have some raglan shaping as well to make sure that the fit is really good, because sometimes just a round yoke is not so flattering on everyone. So there are raglan increases as well, which make the fit really nice. So yeah.
And there are some ribbing details too that are very nice. Yeah, I think, on my agenda for next year is Confluence and Ferrule. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, should we stop there?
Yeah, Anita. Oh, for this live, I have to leave now. Safe traveling. Happy knitting.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you. You
Thanks
too.
for tuning in. So I think we'll end our podcast today here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll try to do another catch-up maybe around Christmas time. And let you know what we are knitting and the progress we're making on the baseline.
I will have finished Mon Manet by then, and I will have cast on my baseline. That's for sure.
So, if you're doing the KAL with us, remember to use the hashtag Baseline Advent KAL. We've seen a few of the baseline being cast on already, so that's fun. So we'll see you, I think, in a couple of weeks, couple to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Bye.
I think you have to click the cross up there.